Oh, here we are again now, and it's like no time has passed. Gazing out upon the sunset as it sinks into the night. Many times it seemed as though a given day might be our last. Face to face with certain death, it's somehow coming out alright. I don't think that we have any cause to lament, but there's quite a lot of thrilling intent, thrilling intent, thrilling intent, thrilling intent.
No, I think it's a wise idea. Gregor has an excellent point. We move the corpse as far away from the home as possible, and maybe even in a strange direction to see if it actually draws it to that, area.
And if it doesn't, we just run back. Or whoever's doing it just runs back and joins the fight.
All right.
And in the meanwhile, we should also prepare perhaps an area of traps that we can use strategically when we do actually meet it in battle.
That I can do. I could use an extra set of hands, though.
I can help with that, but
And by set, I mean one. And if you don't want to give it to me, then you can keep it, but you just need to help me.
Marcus holds up a single hand. I actually have two, and you are welcome to both of them. Not to take them off my arms, I should be clear.
Okay. That would take a little bit longer.
Yeah, I thought so. Look, I can help. Unless, Gregor, would you rather do this? I can go with Mercy as well.
I think either Mercy or I is going to have to be the one to cart the angel because we have the muscles for it.
Do you think both of you going might actually be potentially smart? That way you can move at double time if it does show up and you need to make it back to us?
I don't think it's a bad idea. Not to mention, Marcus, you may have slept through alchemy, but you at least know a basic amount.
I do. I know very basic principles, and I can follow basic instruction, so yeah.
So you'll almost be as good as homunculus.
Yeah, wait. Almost?
And not to mention that Gregor and I are both very durable fighters, so we're actually able to draw it back to where you need us to.
Are you okay with doing that, Gregor? Helping Mercy like that?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
I think so too. I don't like that we have to split up, but I think this is the smartest way to do things.
This gigantic, towering alabaster beast begins to move through the forest, untangling itself from these almost creations of spun gold. It moves silently over the battlefield as it closes the distance between you and it. It crosses the threshold into the area that you've set aside, where it meets the multitude of traps you've set in its way.
The first thing that Harlock and Marcus would have done as a team is they would have essentially cast a wall of stone to make the wall of their last stand between the angel and this house.
Definitely, yeah.
Oh man. It moves in over this area that you've completely trapped up, and you've cast yourself this stone wall as last line of defense. At both Marcus and Harlock's combined efforts, it's assumed a shape that should blend into the background. But what you don't realize is, Harlock, with your calculations, with the way that your brain is currently working, this wall that you governed has weird bending inward points. It seems to warp space around it, and the creature's attention is immediately drawn your way. With a roar, it raises its hand and sends that sword flying across the battlefield, where it impacts, sending up a fucking wave of straw, dirt, and stone. Marcus, you fly backwards and impact. You hit this this gorgeous golden planet. It almost catches you. Maybe Faria is actually piloting these things from a distance. Harlock, it moves into the clearing, and one after the other, your traps start to detonate.
Yeah, essentially it's stepping into a spider web of kind of invisible wire, and every trap that's triggered is kind of triggered to hit twice, the double tap.
Nice.
Okay.
So if it's a wooden stake that comes from a tree, it's two of them and it just hits bang bang, and then another one hits bang bang, and then there's an explosion, bang bang. It's just
Additionally, in a move of his own design, Marcus has attached knives to every bough of this tree that he can.
Excellent. Your efforts actually bear fruit as one after the other, these traps hit the creature, and it moves forward, getting stabbed, and then double tapped and stabbed again. And it bears hard to the left. It can't continue its current course, and it starts to move towards the cart, the direction the cart headed. And as it does, you manage to wound this thing. You manage to drive it off.
Yes.
It moves away and is going to use one of its moves that it gets to do when it's wounded. It is going to flee the scene.
Okay, that was still moving really fast. We scared it off, but like, what is that thing made of? Gosh.
It heals pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Gregor, from an unexpected angle, this beast flies free of the foliage. With a great roar, the sword is raised aloft. You hear the fucking whistle of the wind as it slams through the front of the cart, bisecting it, sending you tumbling backwards. It floats up in the air, the sword resuming its position by its side. The angel in the cart rolls backwards and slumps to the ground. Your diversion was a success. It's certainly not after the house now.
Hey, it worked.
Well, excellent work, Gregor. Are you all right?
Yep. Let's get this thing's attention and wait for the others to catch up and deliver some stabs in the back, hopefully.
Understood. Let's see here. So, where is the sword right now?
It's floating up next to it.
Oh, okay. It's already next to it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it basically sent it out like a missile and then retracted it.
Okay. So, Mercy is... Yeah, she's not feeling too clever right now. She is just gonna dash towards it, and drop an anvil again.
Yes.
Not even attempting to hit it, but to distract it long enough for her to actually get in. And you see, as she's running, she says the arcane words again. Her knuckles fully ignite once again, and she just goes for a power, just a heavy hit straight to the stomach.
You reel back and you slam this creature. It drops, falling from the air and hitting the dirt. And as it does, that same wicked wind begins to pick up from it. The anvil actually picking up into the air and rattling about as it's thrown backwards. Mercy, your arms begin to bleed this volcanic blood. Sparks flying through the air as it creates some distance between you and it.
Oof.
Gregor, on the ground, you've been thrown here, you're lying on your side, and this wind begins to just bite away at you. You're substantially wounded again, but you pull yourself back up to your feet.
Yeah.
Now, here's a question. Gregor, do you want to go now and give this a shot? You can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think because he'd been hit by this before, Gregor knew it was coming. He didn't really know how to avoid it since it's the air everywhere that attacks, but so Gregor gets hit, blood splatters everywhere, but he's able to recover all right and take the opportunity to rush forward. With the creature on the ground, Gregor can assume the stance of the charging minotaur and blast forward at full power to skewer this thing. He slams his glaive into the abdomen of the creature and activates its enchantment courtesy of, oh gosh, all the things Scrappy did to it and all that eldritch fire, and blasts it with glaive fire.
Marcus and Harlock, you see this plume of flame over the tree line, and it helps guide you to your friends. You manage to catch up just in time to see Gregor with this creature impaled on the end of the glaive, this fire licking and burning away at it. As you close the distance, the angel rises into the air once again and is going to let out a cry. You manage to catch up, and as this creature opens its mouth, it begins to actually let out a noise. That noise is so unnerving and maddening. You make it to the clearing and you find yourselves completely shaken, held still, unable to properly engage with the creature anymore. For the next For the next little while, you are terrified. Marcus and Harlock, you feel deep-seated, absolute fear. Gregor,
Fuck.
you do not. And Mercy, you decide.
I think Mercy will not, just because I feel like her oath is in effect right now.
Yeah.
Because she is protecting her family.
Okay. Gregor, tell me how you resist this growing feeling of dread.
Yeah, Gregor has heard a lot of horrible, nightmare-inducing cries, both from monsters and from people as they are skewered by monsters. So, he's,
Not great.
he's built up some mental calluses.
Okay. You collection of mental calluses, do you want to go again?
Sure, why not? Well, since he's got his wits about him, Gregor's going to look around and spot where the sword is right now.
It is stuck sort of down next to Harlock.
Okay.
It's like all of the stuff that's happened over the last minute or two has caused it to lose control of the blade.
All right. Gregor, with a quick look around, sees that the sword is stuck in the ground and notices that it's basically got a big ring in the middle of it, at the bottom of the blade. And he's going to rush over to the grounded sword and stick his glaive into the ground and through the ring and kind of use his body weight to sort of try and lock it in place so that hopefully the creature won't be able to retrieve it easily.
Ooh, excellent. Okay.
Oh.
Kind of like levering it so that it gets, like, jammed in there.
Exactly.
Nice.
Gregor, your glaive now slammed in place. Everyone around you is sort of shaking, a little hurt. And it moves in to grab the blade and bring it down on a now relatively defenseless Harlock, but it's caught, and it starts to yank, and it starts to pull, and it starts to yank, and it rips the blade backwards and cuts an arc through the air. Gregor, you manage to dive forward and carry Harlock to the ground to safety, but in the process are once again sliced, sent flying through the air. You hit the ground behind it, rolling across, kicking up dirt. This brings Harlock and Marcus to their senses. Harlock, Marcus, Mercedes, hit this thing. Narratively, Gregor's already scored the hit. Tell me how it happens.
As Marcus regains his senses, he reaches one hand back and, just snatching the shadows out from under the nearby trees, creates a big old hand with strange, like, claws, 6 of them. It's kind of weird. And this forms in midair, and he uses paddleboard bitch slap. Specifically attempting to kind of like buffet this thing over into this tree.
Okay.
But I imagine it might not be like quite that powerful.
Yeah.
And as he does that, Harlock is actually going to run a little bit back off of the map.
Interesting.
Harlock enters the forbidden space.
Where the true time exists. And she's going to pull a string that's kind of left hanging from a tree. And it is going to be revealed that some of those stakes that were shot into the creature in the previous map.
Oh, I thought you meant the steaks that the raccoons consumed.
Oh, yes. We're bringing it all the way back. They're actually hooked, kind of like meat hooks, into the back of the creature, and it's going, after the slap, it's kind of going to get yanked up like a marionette. A beautiful, bloody, marble angel marionette.
You managed to suspend this creature like a piñata. Mercy.
Yeah.
Mercy, happy birthday.
Oh my god.
Mercy is so mad, and you see that she is going to leap into the air and slam her feet into the shoulders of the angel. And you see that she summons basically like massive tongs that you would use to pull a heated weapon from the fire. You think she's just going to like clamp it down and tear it out, but what she does instead, she spins it around so the handles are out. She shoves it into the creature's mouth and begins to open them because she's opening it from where you would normally grab, the handles spread even further, and she continues to do this until she hears a loud snap.
It's Mercy's Kiwami attack.
You perform this absolutely brutal finisher, and in front of your eyes, almost like molten metal or liquid, the creature begins to slip away, landing on the dirt drop by drop, where it almost seems to drill downwards and pool, vanishing into the earth itself.
Mercy is going to try and grab as much as she can of this liquid metal, or does it just like disappear?
Yeah, no, you can. Oh, yeah, no, grab away.
Scoop.
It'll be physically impossible to grab all of it, but grab all you can.
I think actually Marcus might try and change his shadow hand into a shadow like vessel of some sort, like a bowl to collect as much of it as possible.
Angel soup.
Yeah, you managed to bind it inwards. Your shadow, like, there's definitely a tension breaking point as you try to hold what is functionally an immensely heavy amount of liquid metal, and you're like, okay, I gotta let a little bit of this off, and you do so. Mercy, you grab everything you can, and Harlock, I assume you're there with your beakers, and you're like.
I have to study.
You're scooping. Gregor, you're there too, and you're bleeding
too
to
busy
death.
spitting out blood.
Yeah, you're on the ground dying.
Oh God, Gregor, are you okay?
I'm okay.
Are you?
You see Mercy, the tongs in her hand still superheated. She just doesn't even look, just whips them into a tree. They actually get stuck for a moment before turning into embers. She cools off her hands and quickly runs over. Okay, Gregor, oh boy, you just keep on getting a beating. I'm so sorry, kid.
No, hold on.
Wait, Mercy, are you hurt? Are you in good enough shape to do this?
Wait, no, Mercy. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, Mercy, I don't think we should go back in there with you more scarred up.
No,
I can handle it.
But
I'm okay.
We've handled it before.
Yeah.
We can handle it.
It's gone. It's not an emergency situation. Bandages will be okay.
Gregor, you look really beat up, dude.
I am.
You want to, like...
But we beat it up worse.
Is it possible to just take some of his wounds?
No. Just help me up.
Okay.
Harlock helps him up and kind of moves him, like she's 100% with him in that we will be fine.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna, close my eyes on your backpack a little bit.
Marcus stands on Gregor's other side and helps support him.
Here we go. Good as new.
Harlock is going to move him over to the old corpse rack and give him the backpack as a pillow.
Oh, it's squirmy.
Marcus is going to use mending to repair the cart, which has been split in half, so that we can pull it again.
Mercy, is about to reach out to take a wound from Gregor, but you see that she actually puts that hand on the wound that she got from Inian, and she thinks about earlier this evening. All right, but if it gets unbearable, just let me know.
Oh, I bear worse wounds all the time.
It doesn't mean you should have to.
But here we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too late. Haha.
Harlock, you get on the cart too. Harlock?
What?
Get on the cart.
I'm not hurt.
Oh, you're not? I thought...
No, Harlock isn't, you are.
All right.
Everyone, get
all
on
right,
the cart.
No, I don't... Mercy, you shouldn't carry all of us. I can walk.
Marcus?
I'm not as badly hurt as Gregor is. It's okay.
Neither am I, but I'm sitting on this cart. Get on the cart.
While you are on my property, I play the role of mom. I don't care if you've got a mustache.
Okay. and I do. But I see your points, and I will respect your rules, Mom.
Thank you. Mercy grabs the sword and with one arm kind of rests it on her shoulder, and then with her other hand grabs the cart and begins pulling.
Whoa.
You are so strong. What's your workout routine?
Marcus, you weigh 90 pounds.
Okay, not the point.
You all pile into the cart, and you head off back to the mansion, the night growing ever deeper. No complications arose. You just were significantly and awfully wounded. Hey everyone, sorry to hijack your usual credits, but I have a very quick announcement to make. We're going to be continuing Forgotten Indigo with Chapter 2, with a mostly brand new cast of characters. Do you like Will from this show? Well, he's actually going to be playing one of the main PCs as well as a few others. So please come by. It's going to be streaming Saturday night at 8 p.m. EST on twitch.tv/Stabbiness. Now, we probably aren't going to be showing it on YouTube anymore because I think I've spammed you guys enough with this, but if you find Twitch to be a headache, we actually are making a solution for that, so please keep an eye out for future announcements on this channel, and I hope to see you there. Thanks!